my dear Taurus. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of October 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are entering into Libra season, so remember to wish all Libras out there happy birthday. And I read for the signs in order of most liked videos. So remember to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. Just scroll down a little bit. Thank you all also for liking, watching, commenting, donating, and subscribing to my channel. I am super grateful for all of your appreciation. This reading can go both ways. So if I tell you that you are feeling or acting in a certain kind of way, it can be in the reverse, that the person you are dealing with is feeling and acting in that way. The energy is the same, it's just different castings to the different roles by the universe. And this message is for the people who watch it, so if you cross-watch for another sign and recognize yourself as the main person in the reading, just trust your own intuition and you will get the message you need. For this reading, I used the Druid Craft Tarot by Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gomm, illustrated by Will Worthington, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Taurus, when I open your deck here, I see 8 of Cups and 7 of Wands. So, it sees like you're running for the hills here, Taurus, really high up here, and it's kind of eclipsed moon there, lunar eclipse going on, and when you're coming uphill, you're standing here underneath behind your wall here, your boundaries, and fighting off people that wants to come up to this hill. So I don't know exactly what's going on. You're leaving a lot of love behind, or feelings or dreams behind here, and you're preventing these energies to come back or to come into your life. So it might be that you are stressed out. 8 of Cups is usually a situation where we have given our best, but it was never enough. It's like people just wants to make us uncomfortable by asking more and more and more, or criticizing us how much. It doesn't matter how much we try or how much we give. It's not that. It's like we are letting people criticize us or to make us feel unworthy. And that's what it's all about. You can never outrun this. What you need to do is, of course, to put boundaries and start to kind of not care about people that wants to put you down, because they are just there to show you what you are already thinking about yourself inside of you, that you could work harder, be better, be nicer, love more, or whatever is going on here. So it's a good thing. It doesn't feel like a good thing because it's triggering you to feel those kind of emotions. But it's like enough is enough. And when you get enough, when you can't handle taking more of the bullshit, so to speak, then you also start to put boundaries. So it's a healthy human development and personal growth. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have you, Taurus, is Prince of Pentacles. It doesn't have to be you, can be another person as well, but it seems like you're well protected in this picture. And with the 7 of Wands here, together with the Prince of Pentacles, here's the wall, here's the shield. So you're really not going to let anyone hurt you anymore. You're going to be very careful with who you let into your life and what you allow them to do when they are in your closed environment, when they are invited in your life. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have a Queen of Pentacles with the 7 of Wands. So we see the Knight of Pentacles is developing into a Queen of Pentacles. So that's when you start to not be so afraid anymore, but actually start to celebrate your new you, or the new space that you have created for yourself, where you don't have to be bothered by people harassing you or stealing your energy. So you start to become the queen of your own castle. So that's it's very beautiful and very healthy. And it might also be that you're dealing with another earth sign. It might be age gap between you, or a gap when it comes to maturity. So I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading. We had the High Priestess there and the Fool wants to show their face. Clear view reading for my dear Taurus. So I want my dear Taurus to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. What haven't I said with the Seven of Wands? When it jumps again, it usually wants to say something more. So this is it's Mars in Leo, so it's a warrior energy. Maybe you have tried everything to keep friends with people and be nice and have harmony. But here it's like the divine is calling you to go outside your comfort zone and not always strive for harmony. If you need to make harmony by selling yourself off, it's not worth it. Okay, so then it's better to be at war than to be in harmony, because it's no real harmony. It's just harmony on the surface that's made by your own blood, so that other people can feel comfortable, but you won't. So we have the Three of Swords here, so it's a lot of sadness coming with this. And it seems like here we have the Princess of Wands. This is like the spark you had when you came. Then you were all tough and you didn't let people step all over you. But then either you were reminded of some kind of trauma or you were traumatized. And now you're going to have to see to defend this person you were when you came, and not let people hurt you again by having boundaries. Okay, so I hope that will be enough to make your divine helpers satisfied. So yes, I want you to have loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so there it is. So I'll just tune in to you, Taurus, and your reading for a few seconds here. So my dear Taurus, this is your future there, and this is your now there, and this is the past. And in the past, we have a Prince of Pentacles, might be another Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And it can also show you, of course, being in this mood of Prince of Pentacles. It's about choice, okay? The Prince of Pentacles is the least active of all the knights. Knights are activity. They are the arrow moving forward, like young guys in their upper teenager or young like in their 20s that do a lot of reckless things. But the Prince of Pentacles isn't like that, so he doesn't throw himself out in the world. He looks and he premeditates before he do anything. So he's very careful. He's watching his surrounding behind his shield there, and he's trying to figure out where's the best place for me to engage. So they are not going to engage wherever. It's going to have to be a place that's seemed to be worth the effort. Okay. So this might be in your mindset maybe in September. And this is in the now, and here we have the World card. So the World card is the highest card in the deck. It's also a card for the divine feminine universe, or the great mother from which we all came through into this world. So it's about completion. It's about making something whole, or ending like a big quest that you have been on, or coming to the closure of a situation that might have caused pain for a long period of time. So this is actually like walking on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So you can't go wrong when you have this card in your reading. It kind of shows that you are well taken care of by the divine powers. You're working aligned together with them and listening very careful to the advice that's being given. So it's like you're graduating from high school here as this Taurus there. Okay, and this is your future, so going into November, we have the Princess of Wands. So this is forward movement. She's not afraid of anything. And Prince of Pentacles is more shy. So it seems like something will happen. You will get back this old spark that you probably had when you were little. And it might mean that you want to be more adventurous. Maybe you want to communicate with someone, or maybe someone is going to come in and be all brave and communicate with you. It's talking about being social. It's also passion, sexuality, intimacy, having ideas maybe for entrepreneurship, making your own business, a project, a creative project. So it's very fiery, and she's very connected with the divine through her intuition and her instincts. So we see that you have kind of you are kind of connected in here to the divine, and now you are kind of your living soul up on earth, but in a very young form. So it's like your enchanted territory. You have your powers, but now you also need to decide what to do with them. Okay. So you have restored your energy level by putting up boundaries and backing off probably a little bit, and then you will be ready here in November to move on into something new. So this is your past, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So we saw the hill and the wall, and this is kind of inside that hill or inside the tower where people store their most precious secrets or their most vulnerable parts of themselves, so no one can hurt them again. So Four of Pentacles, Prince of Pentacles, it's very much like a holding back energy, building like a foundation for yourself, not giving unnecessarily to other people. It might even be that someone in this equation is a little bit of a miser and doesn't share their energy at all. But sometimes we need to go into this hibernating stages to be able to I'm thinking about something I heard yesterday, that Taurus would be the most narcissistic of all the sun signs, and that is so not true. I don't think we can value people like that, but I see Taurus as a very, very sweet person. So I was a little bit shocked, and it just came through my head here. And this could, maybe other people can describe you here as narcissistic, but from my point of view, it seems like you have been giving a lot to a lot of people, and now you need to hibernate a little bit to be able to restore and regain your own strength, maybe heal this inner vulnerable side by being more protective of it, not just letting people or coming in and take whatever they want from you, but you have better protections. It's like you're staying in your comfort zone, maybe not going out that much, maybe not sharing your inner thoughts with people. But I feel that it's not something that will go on forever with the other cards we saw. It's actually more of a state of hibernation. And that is what I'm seeing with Taurus, that you are a very feminine sign for me, very closely with the Empress and the High Priest, the Hierophant. So it's a very divine sign, but you have been a little bit bullied into maybe following the voice of authority. And here we have the King of Wands. That might be the voice of authority. So, King of Wands, what a surprise. So some of you might be dealing with a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it might be that you're protecting yourself from this person, or that you are kind of taking better care of yourself and becoming your own father figure, like stepping into your own soul and becoming much more strong. You are becoming your own authority, maybe. So we'll see where it goes with this, but it can be the old energy of you kind of being the servant or to any kind of authority and trying to please them and make them happy. But in the same time, it's like you have your secret agenda here for how to overthrow this this energy. So it's very complicated, this what I'm feeling, and it can go in so many different ways. So don't be offended what I'm saying. Keep on track with who you are, and don't let anyone else step on your toes or take things personally so that you will be hurt. And here we have the lady. So this is actually saying this what I was telling you, that you have both the Hierophant and the lady, but here the Hierophant doesn't come like this stiff guy sitting on his throne with his disciples on their knees in front of him. It actually comes like the King of Wands. So King of Wands is in this aspect feels more like a free spirit, while the Hierophant might be a person that is sold on doctrines, and I have this is my knowledge and this is what I will keep myself to. I won't allow anything new to come in. I have decided upon how the world looks and what is supposed to be there and not. But the King of Wands has a little bit the same energy like the Hierophant, being an authority, but it's a much more free energy, ready to take in whatever. So it might be that you are developing your Hierophant abilities and making them more spiritual, more fluid, and also more feminine. We have the lady here, it's number 3, and we have the divine feminine, 21, 2 + 1, 3. So something wonderful is going on here from your state of hibernation, where you actually seem to step into your adult role as a spirit on earth. Okay. And so this is what's going to be born out of this situation, but it still feels very precarious. I'm being a little bit afraid, and I don't know really why. Maybe you can fall back into your old patterns and think that everyone else have better ideas than you, know better than you, when you yourself have this beautiful spiritual connection straight to the divine, and you disregard this, and then you can't really be your full beautiful self on earth. So this is what I'm fearing here. Okay, so that you would see this in someone else and see, oh, they are so wonderful, they have this beautiful way with them, and you yourself hide in your comfort zone, and you don't realize that what you see in someone else, it's what's blooming inside of you. It's just mirrored. So you might get jealous or even feel hopeless, like I can't ever reach to that kind of level or that kind of success, because this can be a successful business, for example, or finding your soulmate, and it might be that you feel that this is possible for other people but not for you. And it can be different areas. Some have problem with money, some have problem with love, some have problem with creativity, and might have some kind of creative block. So it can be different things for different Taurus. But it seems like the sky is just on reach for you. But it might be that if you say to yourself, the universe will hear. If you say like, I'm unworthy, or I can never do that, the universe says, well, your wish is my command. So it's like a veil between you and what you can reach to. But I'm thinking it's a transition stage which you are in, and it's a little bit, as I said, a little bit precarious. Either you will make it through, or you will back off and you will have to try again, and again and again. But it's a big chance that you will make it through. But then you will have to trust yourself. It's just what you need. Trust yourself. Look what's inside. Investigate what's inside of you. What your feeling says, what your thought says. What would make you feel at ease and calm. If you went in that direction, would it make you feel at ease and calm? And if you went in that direction, is that scaring you? And figuring out what this all means, because sometimes we can be scared when we go outside our comfort zone. And sometimes things that's very pleasant for us can be feeling very nice. And sometimes we need to trust this, that this part that feels not so nice is not the part that you are supposed to go on, and this one that feels nice is the part you are supposed to go on. So it's not easy, this, and it's not supposed to be easy, because it's like your grand finale here. It's something you have been working on for quite some time, that you have the chance of completing here and now. It's just that you need to find out how you talk with yourself. You might have not really learned what your feelings are, like what they mean, or if it's avoidant behavior that we can see a little bit here, or if it's actually your intuition talking to you. You need to figure yourself out, like get to know yourself better, read yourself like a book, and learn what your feelings and intuitions and instincts, what they are really saying. So how we can do this is to observe ourselves in different situations and what kind of feeling we are getting, and maybe put words to the feelings as well, so you will get to know them better. It's like learning a new language, so it might not be that easy, but it seems like it's the way you are supposed to go. Maybe you are a front runner in this, and it will be a little bit harder for you, but easier for the people who come after you to do the same thing. Okay. And here we have the Two of Swords. So this is the situation where the two paths that I described, and to know what's what. Okay, we can be very scared for something that's actually our highest destiny. I think my own names are disappearing when I'm doing these readings, but Esther Hicks, I think that's her name. Just trying to look around if I have any book with them here. Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay, and Esther was really scared of people that channeled messages for other people. She felt like this was totally scary and like losing control over herself. And now this is what she do for a living, channeling messages. So she was very scared of her highest destiny here. And so sometimes it can be like this, but how I do things when I'm trying to make a choice is that I'm thinking about the situation and feeling if it feels good or feels bad. If it feels good, I'm going for it. It feels bad, I don't go for it. But here it seems like there's an extra level which you need to reach, that I might not have fully reached just yet, where you need to be able to determine if you are just staying in your comfort zone and if you are really actually afraid of your highest destiny. So for some of you it will be like that. With the Two of Swords, it's like you try to be logic and rational. You also don't want to put yourself out for disappointment by reaching too high. Maybe you want to be modest because you're scared of the feelings of failure, and you don't want the feeling of failure or being ashamed. If you put yourself out there and you're not immediately successful, you might become very scared and feel very humiliated, but you know that's only the ego being a little bit bruised, and you can handle it. Okay, it's not you, it's nothing happening to your soul, it's just you, your ego being a little bit bruised. And you actually, if you go through this and accept this, okay, I accept, I feel humiliated, I accept it didn't go as well as I hoped, or I accept I made this mistake, you will actually grow as a person and be less scared of making failures. It might be failures keeping you a little bit in the comfort zone there also, that you don't want to reach for something beautiful like this. Might be a soulmate. This is also coming as the one. And these together, creator and this is like the resources for creations, life, okay, resources. So it can be like big business or something like that, or small business, but something very fertile. And you think that, well, I have all these powers, but if I use them and fail, I can't show my face. So show your face anyway. It's no big deal, okay? It's just humiliation, and you know, it's just the ego being bruised. So actually, when you go through a thing like that, you will become a much more cool person, more like a Buddha, because you have less of an ego and you are less scared of your emotions. And here we have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is all your old survival skills, how you make it through the world. all the ideas that kept you from danger, kept you from harm's way, and now they do no good to you anymore, because you are supposed to move beyond this. It's a 10, so it's fully grown. It's something else waiting for you. This is 21, the world. It's also fully grown. You have stepped out. It's like you're walking in too small of a shoes around, and you should have changed to bigger number of shoes ages ago, but you're staying here. Maybe it's comfortable. It might also be that you feel very strong connection to someone like a soulmate, but they are not really nice towards you, rude, backstabbing, or it might be something else. They don't have to be rude. It can be that they are jealous or possessive, or you feel jealousy towards them, or feeling that I'm trying to describe this feeling, but it's not that easy, because I can't really place it immediately. What do I feel here? I feel fear. Okay, so we don't go deeper than that. It's fear. So I'm fearing the King of Wands for some reason. Maybe they don't love me enough. Maybe they will disregard me. Maybe they will hurt me. Maybe they will laugh at me. I don't know what they are going to do, but I feel fear. And here we have the Three of Wands. So Three of Wands is your own willpower, okay? Decide upon what you want and go relentlessly to your goal. Okay, here you have chosen a path. Maybe the old path will like self-implode, so it's not an option anymore. It can be that as well. And here you kind of choose yourself. The lady here, 3, 3. And it's a 3 there, and a little bit branches of a 3 there. So it seems like you need to, as I said, trust yourself fully in this situation, and you will very nicely move around obstacles, okay? And you will find your way forward. Just be relentlessly loyal to yourself. Don't think bad thoughts about yourself. Don't think, well, I knew it. I knew I couldn't make it, or I knew they never loved me, or I knew. No. This I knew, you are saying it because you don't want to be dumb enough to make mistakes. You know, you're so careful here. You don't move until you are pretty sure. And then if you moved and then you make a mistake, then it's like you're going back to this and thinking, I will never move again, because I seem to not be able to determine what's the right path to go on, since I'm doing these mistakes. So you start to distrust yourself a lot. But the thing is, you're supposed to go this way, and you're supposed to make mistakes, and you're supposed to learn from them. But it's like you think you need to be like a professor already, or like famous already, or have this big money already, and it shouldn't be like this much a problem. So you think that if you stay here and never move, you will get to your dream here without any effort. But it's not like that. It will be like, here's you, and that's your dream, and you think it's going to be like this, but it's going to be like this, falling a lot, okay, on your way. And this is how you learn, and that's why you're here, to experience things, to make mistakes, rise up, brush yourself off, continue on your road. And this is what the divine is showing as a road that you can move forward on in the future, if you just love yourself, and, you know, no matter what, be perfectly flawed. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything already, or be prepared for you don't have to be prepared for any kind of obstacle that will come your way. You will deal with the obstacle when it comes. And that's the King of Wands, okay? Problem solving when you reach to this point, okay? You don't obsess over the problem before it's already there. That's just stealing a lot of your energy. You have the capacity to solve the problem when it comes, and you think that you're not. That's what the fear was all about. You don't think you have the capacity, but you do. So you don't have to worry. Don't solve problems that isn't there just yet. Save that energy to solve problems that will actually come for real. And then just trust yourself solving those problems, and do the best you can, and learn by failing, and learn by making mistakes. If you look at people that's very successful, sometimes we can have like fairy tale stories with people being like Mozart, and from 3 years old they were already perfect. Okay, boring. Okay, they probably learned this skill in a past life, and they had put all the efforts there, and it's like these beacons in the sky for us others, so we can see where we want to reach. But for most people, it's like you do it 1,000 times, and 1,001 time you finally succeed. Okay, so this is what you need to prepare yourself for. And it seems like you don't want to with the 8 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords. But okay, so you're afraid of other people's opinion of you. And that would kind of kill you. So you need to work on to care less about what people think and care more about what you think. Okay, care more about this beautiful creature and her life, instead of caring how other people will hurt you. If you I might be a little bit on the scale to autism. So I have never really been grasped by peer pressure, for example. If a group is doing something stupid, I will do the other way around, because I can't feel the peer pressure. So I might be unfair when I say to you, don't care about peer pressure, don't care about what your mother-in-law thinks, or what your daddy thinks, or what the people at the work thinks. And what I'm getting at here is when you put yourself in the position of having a lot of self-respect, people will stop gossiping, and even if they do, maybe you can like make it not about you. Sometimes I hear people saying to me like, those people are gossiping about you. And I say, okay, who cares? If they come to my face, I will deal with it. If they gossip behind my back, I don't care, because I don't hear it and they don't hurt me, because, well, it's no problem for me. I know who I am. I don't care about gossip. So if you could be helped by that example and try to make it less necessarily to have all people saying good things about you, because you can't control their words, and it will be less interesting to smack talk you behind your back, or to bully you into submission, if you kind of don't care. If you're like, well, I don't care, what can they do? Well, if you don't care about me thinking that you need to vacuum your floor often when I come to visit here, then maybe I won't come. And you say, okay, you don't have to come. Come and my floor will be vacuumed, or they won't. Okay, so that's the deal. You're welcome here, but you can't say anything about my floor. Okay, that's off topic, or it's not allowed for you. So, running up the hill, building a fortress, that might be what you need to do, and kind of become more cool with it. People don't love you for your achievement. They should love you for who you are. Okay, and you are this person here, very tied up with, see all the blindfolds here, and how you're hiding away from the world because you don't want to have any criticism. This doesn't have to be you that we are talking about. This can be a person that you're with that you can't understand why they're acting in this strange way, but it's because they fear so much what other people will think, so they can't follow their own heart. So it might be that in a relationship you are dealing with a person like this. It might be an air sign, another earth sign, fire maybe. It's very problematic for people that lives accordingly with what other people says. This person wants one thing, this other wants another thing, this wants a third thing, fourth thing, fifth thing. So how can you make 7 billion people happy? It's not possible. The one you should make happy is this beautiful person here, like the beautiful person that you are, instead of feeling all alone, blue, and like you can't follow their rules because you don't know their rules. It's because everyone has their different rules. You can't follow all these different rules. It will make you crazy. So you have to follow their own inner voice here. So, and as I said, if you're dealing with a person that is very indecisive. They can't make up their mind. You can't really draw out of them what they are feeling or what they want. It seems impossible. Then it's because they are very scared. It's very scared people. They might act very tough on the surface and act like they don't care, but really they care a lot. And that's why they are acting a little bit strange. So it's very hard for you to move on if you're dealing with a person like this, and you might need to, you know, be a good example and love yourself. And maybe you will make like a pattern, a pathway, which this person can eventually follow. It's like when you do amazing things for yourself, it spreads like rings on water, and other people will be able to do those amazing things for themselves, following in your footsteps. So if you have a person that's impossible to deal with, you can't seem to free them, you can't seem to make them happy together with you, or to get them on board with whatever you want to create here, just leave them in the backwater. They might catch up with you later. Okay. And here we have a Queen of Wands. So King of Wands, Queen of Wands. We definitely have a soulmate connection here. This couple comes for soulmates. So you have a soulmate connection. It doesn't have to be a romantic couple. It can be among friends, or we don't have two Queen of Wands. We don't have two King of Wands. So they need to come as a king and a queen. So regardless of the gender on this person, you have a soulmate which you are currently disconnected from, and it might be that you are disconnected from parts of your soul as well. This is more rebellious. Queen of Wands is full of self-respect, and the King of Wands is so much in his own authority, he doesn't even care of fighting. While the Queen of Wands, if someone crosses her, they will get their eyes clawed out. So you see the cat there is not happy, okay? And this one has very stubborn Aries horns there. And we have here is a fire, and here is calm, okay? And here is kind of the smoke from the fire coming in to the battlefield. So this might be a situation where someone has very harsh feelings for you. You're sitting there all cool and, you know, don't minding the battle. You can't really do anything about it. It's just we need to agree to disagree. But here someone's brooding on this, and the smoke, it doesn't really affect you, it seems. It might be the other way around, a Taurus brooding over something that have happened and thinking a lot about this. And it might be this person that thinks that they can, you know, pressure you into things by telling you, like criticizing you. If you don't do this, I won't love you, or I can't be your friend, or I will bully you, okay? But if you don't care about it, like with this little triangle here, they can be as angry as they want. It won't affect you, okay? So it might be that you need to cut cords a little bit with people that's right now not in a place where you can make amends. Not right now, maybe later, okay? So if you let them go through this a little bit alone, they will probably grow from it. If they see like, okay, this person, I love them to death, but I can't seem to control them. So maybe I can't control the people I love. So what about that? How can I deal with that? So maybe I need to love them and not control them. Okay, and the last card is the Princess of Cups. So that's a very beautiful, beautiful thing. I think it happened like this with some other sign as well. There was like a big war, and then came the Six of Cups. So someone is being like a Buddha in this situation, being very detached from the topic itself, and being very loving and forgiving, and, you know, keeping themselves in the vibration of love no matter what happens on the outside. So whenever this person have overcome their hatred and their anger and their want to control, they can come to you. If this is you in this row here, ladies, usually Taurus, and we have three Princess of Cups. So this is anyway the divine feminine, so the feminine part of you, or the feminine part of a relationship. It doesn't have to be the woman that's the feminine. It can be sometimes the man being the feminine. It's the person that like makes an effort to fix fix things with love and have this unconditional love about them, and being receptive, not trying to control, not being so stubborn. Okay, so this energy is very it's like there with this unconditional love all the time, and it doesn't alter just because people around them is having their drama. It's just like, well, I will be here for you when you are done with your drama, when you have worked that thing through, and I will welcome you because you're still my soulmate or my best friend or my lover or my mother or whatever is going on. Okay, it can be in any kind of a relationship. And we have the tree here again. So the tree is also there, but this person is trying to make a choice and maybe go around the tree. So the tree is probably your connection, like through lifetimes. It just branches out from this. It was the very time when you met, and then you have lived many different lifetimes, and this is what it has come to. And some person seems to want to avoid the connection and disregard the connection, and kind of maybe they are a little bit about power, like they want power and control, and they don't honor fully the connection between you two. They more want to have control over you because you seem to be important for them. You trigger certain emotions, so they want to see to have control over you, so things doesn't go south for them. But I'm thinking this reading is about real love, not controlling the people you love, but actually being able to be with them in a very unconditional loving way, and loving the person for who they are, not what they can give you or how much you can control them. And we have two pages here, and it's the both very loving pages. Cups, that's loving emotion, and this is passion. It seems there might be a soulmate or a twin flame situation when it comes to children. It can sometimes be twin flame relationships going on. And your twin flame might be like your the shadow to your light, like the worst person ever. You love them, but you don't understand why, okay? And it hurts really bad when you are away from them. And it doesn't make sense. It's very strange, but it's because they are the yin to your yang, or the yang to your yin. They are your other half, so they will be like not at all like you. They are the other side of you. So they are very much more similar to your shadow than to the awaken you, or the part of you that you show to the world. So this is a little bit more feisty, and this is a little bit more forgiving, and she's untouchable in this case. If she comes in the reverse, I don't do reversals here, but this is a very dramatic person that needs to be loved by everyone. In other case, she will die. But when she comes like this, she is a person of unconditional love that are able to keep that loving vibration. And this girl or boy is keeping the vibration of instincts, being connected to the grid of everything and knowing what to do, what's the next step. And by her longing, she follows her road forward. So this one seems to already be at home. There's no road here. There's a road there. There's a road there. It's a road here. But this one, so I'm thinking this person is coming to this person. Because this person have kept themselves like still and aligned with themselves, decided upon what they want, and if it doesn't look like the thing they want, they won't let it into the castle, like the one with boundaries. So people can crush themselves crazy upon this wall, but eventually they need to come like a more clear vibrational spirit if they want to come into the castle again. So okay, so it seems like a little bit, it's a battle within you of you, dealing with your self-worth, but it's also mirrored on the outside, maybe as a relationship where someone is trying to disregard you or make you feel stupid in some way, but they only want control over you. Okay, so I will take a Rebels Oracle card for you, and we have Focus on the Light. Yes. I think it might have come for the same one that had the Six of Cups, but you can't trust me with this because I hardly remember my readings. But usually we have some connections with those signs that get the same or similar cards, or we are going through the same thing as they do. A tremendous force of light is gathering around you. It is attracted to the purity of your intention to create from your heart. As your intention grows, so does the light. As the light grows, so does your intention. Magic wants to happen for you now. The synchronicity, perfect timing, opportunities, and information that are needed will seem to be drawn right to your door. You may start to feel as if you cannot walk outside without stumbling into something helpful, wonderful, and inspiring. You might be startled as this interplay of light with your heart evokes many new successes and attracts an abundance of opportunities your way. You may need to adjust as the field of light grows stronger and its effect becomes more palpable. It may bring rather dramatic improvements into your world, and you may be uncomfortable or feel out of your depths with these changes. This would be understandable, but it would be a shame for you to hold on to your resistance for anything more than a brief moment. Any resistance of fear will inhibit the continuating free flow of the light so that it can manifest its beauty through you in the physical world where it's needed. It is best to stay focused on your pure heart and intentions. Just allow all else to happen of its own accord without making it mean anything too personal. Simply let it be the working of the great light of love flowing through a pure heart and touching the world. Even if the light that is drawn to you and flows through you has some dazzling effects, you don't have to get caught up in it. Doing so might start you worrying that you are unworthy or that you are unable to keep up. This worry will constrict possibilities rather than allowing the free flow of the light. You have permission simply to be appreciative of the light and to enjoy it as you continue to focus on what really matters, the pure intention of your heart and your heart's desire to create. Sometimes success can be like a powerful mirror and shining searchlight as it shows up what's already within someone or a group of people. Under the spotlight of success, it is more intense, amplified, and obvious. This can give us an opportunity to sow the seeds of our own destruction or to work on what arises from a heart-centered perspective to create a firmer foundation that supports even greater attainment. So this person is like self-destructing a little bit, and this person here is just holding the energy of love that will create abundant possibilities and opportunities. How would that... By returning attention to the heart of why we did something in the first place, it's wise to maintain focus on the pure original motivation for the work or the relationship or whatever situation you are in, rather than shifting course to focus on money, influence, power. The latter are not bad per se, but they are rather different vibration, focused on personal gain rather than heart-centered contribution. When focus shifts from the heart, the underlying energy of any creative project can become contaminated with lower vibrational focus such as fear, which is behind greed, for example. If this is not rectified, that business or creative project will begin to change. It will lose the luster of its original purpose to make it so attractive and magnetic to the light. Its continued ability to grow as a light in the world is diminished. It may end up becoming just another corporate machine or just another dull relationship, successful according to more conventional measures, like on the surface, or not. The genuine heart-centered success that creates a win-win field of energy for all involved can only be attained, nurtured, and expanded when those creating the project or business remain focused on the purity of their own original intentions from the heart. This oracle brings assurance of success of the higher order, not just commercially, but from the heart. It will manifest as a highly valuable offering to the world. This applies to a project, endeavor, or organization in which you are involved. or a relationship. Your heart will help you realize which group or project it applies to. It may be more than one. However, you must stay focused. Enjoy the glittering lights of success, but don't be distracted by them. Stay on point with what you want to create and why, and stay true to yourself. Don't be distracted by other paths around you at this time, as you are too close to succeeding on the one that you are now. Diluting your energies in the pursuit of too much will slow down your success, and the world needs your light to shine sooner rather than later. In time, you may diversify and explore other ways to express yourself, but for now, build what you are working on and know that success is coming swiftly. Okay, so my dear Taurus, it has been a long journey for you to come to this creative success, because you have had this problem with money and feeling worthy, but seems to loosen up, and now the worthiness is more about people, what they like about you and what they don't like. It's like you still want to be accepted, and that was probably what the money issue was mirroring all along, that you didn't feel accepted, or maybe you would be accepted if you wouldn't grasp for money. So it's like you have put yourself often in a very subordinate situation, trying to please everyone. And this is when the money issue is kind of starting to go away. Now it's more focused on this, how you feel judged by other people, and it's like you're following their pipe and because you want the love, and the love is so important. So this is what it comes back to, that it's the love that's important, not the service you can do to make other people happy, but the love that you can hold for them, even when they are acting a little bit stupid like this. Okay. So, my dear Taurus, I will welcome you back to my November reading that I will perform in the mid of October. And until then, I want you to take really, really good care and, hold that loving vibration no matter what, and trust your own instincts. Don't listen less to what other people think is best, and listen more to what your own heart is saying. It's much closer to your source than anyone else's voice. So be true to yourself and do the thing that you feel most drawn to do, that you feel is right for you. Okay, so take good care and bye-bye.